Hey VT, welcome back. It's time to put all this stuff together. We've been working to build something kind of like one of these examples on my Pinterest board where we have a logo or a simple icon sort of superimposed on a photo, like here, this one. So we've been building icons in Adobe Illustrator. So here's the icon that I've been producing. I copy and pasted it and made one of them a white icon and one of them is a black icon, so I can kind of decide whether I want my photo to be dark or to be light. I would put the white logo on a dark photo, and I would put the dark one on a lightened, washed out sort of photo. So to get this job done, what we're going to need is the icons that we've built in Adobe Illustrator, and then we're going to also need a photo from probably, we can take a photo. I would rather us do that. We would take our own photographs, but if we need to borrow some stock images from the internet, let's just make sure that we get good quality, high resolution images. So I've taken some photographs, so I'm going to open a photo inside of Adobe Photoshop. I'm going to do the editing of the photo inside of this program, and I've done my icon in Adobe Illustrator, and then I'm going to take the two things, I'm going to put them together. So an important aspect of this assignment is to use both programs for what they're designed to do. So I have a photo that I'm editing inside of Adobe Photoshop. So here's my photo. It's a photo of a texture, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit this image inside of Adobe Photoshop. I want to make sure that the photo that I select is like a nice simple background and that it doesn't have a whole lot going on. I'm going to use the layer adjustments to help myself to brighten or to desaturate. So here's hue saturation, and I can desaturate, and I can darken my photo, as well as many other things that I can do with the color adjustments, hue saturation, curves, levels, and all of that. I also have the ability, if I wanted to, I can go to filter and apply filters such as blur. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to use image adjustments to edit this photo down. I can also use filters and things like blur. I would choose maybe a Gaussian blur, and to be able, was not selected on the right layer, so I'll just click on the right layer, go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, blur. Okay. So once I have that, then I'm going to make sure that I save it, and I'm going to save a copy as a JPEG. And then I'm going to go back over to Adobe Illustrator and create a new file for this. So I'm going to go to File, New, and call this icon photo. And the letter size document, that's okay, but I'd rather have it more of a universal size for a photograph, so an 8x10 or a 5x7 or something like that. So I'm probably going to do right now, I want it to be tall, so I'm going to do 5-inch width and a 7-inch height. And it's going to be inches, looks good, and hit OK. I'm going to bring my photo into this document. My photo has already been edited in Photoshop, which is the correct way to do this. I'm going to go to File, Place. To File, Place my photo that I've already edited. And it comes in and it's rather big, so I'm going to zoom out a little bit, Control minus, and I'm going to shrink this image down a little bit by using the corners and holding down Shift. It also looks like I need to spin this, so I'm going to hover on the corner, hold down Shift again to keep it straight. Okay, so I've file placed the image in here. Now you see there's a giant X going across your image, and that's usually a bad sign. So what I'd like you to do is just hit the embed button at the top of the screen. Embed it so that that X goes away, and then you'll have no problems later on. So just shrink that to the size that I want. And the only thing left to do is to go find my my illustration, my vector illustration, my icon, and I'm just going to select it, go to Edit, Copy, and go to this document and say Edit, Paste. Now it's pasted in there. All I've got to do is make sure everything is sized to my liking. And anything that's inside of this artboard is what's going to save as a JPEG. I'm just going to make sure that I have this guy kind of centered and that I'm happy with the whole thing. And then when I'm done, I'm going to go to File, Save for Web, and I'm going to change where it says GIF by default. I'm going to change that to JPEG, and I'm going to save this so that I can put it in my portfolio. I would also save this as an Illustrator file just so that you have it with the multiple pieces, because when you save as a JPEG, it obviously flattens and optimizes the file and everything, but you need it for your portfolio. So I think that's all I wanted to show you guys. I hope that this goes well for you, and I'll see you in class.